Lifers Podcast. Get with it or get forgotten.
What's up, all you lifers out there? Welcome to MMA Mondays, done on a Sunday. I'm here with the squad. Got Mikey. I got our usual guest again, Mr. Sheppy. And then our newest guest, Mr. Tony Clark. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for having me
on. We kind of already got into it early on. It's hard not to with everything that's been happening in the UFC lately. For some of us who saw the 250 card, it was pretty crazy throughout.
Some of us.
I mean, we could dive right in, man. What do you think was the most standout fight for you guys overall?
Standout?
Like what made the most? What do you think made the most impact?
O'Malley, I
Who made the
feel
most
like
impact?
O'Malley, easily.
O'Malley.
O'Malley?
Oh,
Oh.
No. Well, how about No Love getting a knockout within one more second of the round? How about him putting his hands down and literally throwing the craziest haymaker and put a Sunsao, by the way, to sleep? A Sunsao.
It was
nice, but that wasn't my standout, though.
Dude, nobody's ever done that to a Sunsao, bro. TJ Dillashaw, juiced up EPO Dillashaw couldn't do that to him.
This is true.
Dude, and a Sunsao has one of the most underrated records in all of the UFC.
That's crazy. It is pretty crazy.
It is crazy. And Aljamain, like I thought that I was gonna feel more affected by Aljamain's win, but I don't know. I don't feel like it did anything for me. It should, but it's
super impressive though. I will give him that.
Right.
Super dominant.
That was for me kind of the more. I like the knockout, and you're right. In hindsight, it's, I guess now I'm debating more. But for me, I thought it was Aljamain as well, because the expectation, I thought it was going to be a better fight, honestly.
Sandhagen's undefeated.
Great. Sandhagen's been super impressive. They both have had just fantastic kind of fights leading up to this. And then I didn't realize, though, Sterling's reach is an inch longer at 5'7" than
That's crazy.
Hagen, who's at 5'11". And I don't know why. I was like, man, for whatever reason, I just didn't expect that. And I don't know why. I felt like that length a little bit just let him, once he got that figure four and that body lock in.
Yeah, because I was sure Sandhagen was going to have such an advantage because of his size. Didn't happen at all.
It was wild.
Well, it was very much like a vintage Damian Maia performance where he literally would just get a single leg, get you against
immediately.
the cage, slowly leverage you to your back, and then what are you going to do? Aljamain Sterling is so damn good on the ground.
Bro, he's with Danaher, Sarah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he was training with Law, like, Longo and Weidman, all of those guys up there. A lot of good fighters up and coming. But I didn't know that he was with John Danaher. He's mastermind.
Okay.
He's streaking right now too.
Me and Tony were talking about it though. I thought I liked O'Malley's knockout more than Garbrandt, even though
Me too.
a Sunsao is super hard to put out like that. But the setup that O'Malley put into knocking out Wineland,
the feints, man, just beautiful.
Just he's getting better. He does need, obviously I thought, Wineland's no slouch. Like,
right.
The man's got records, but
he's a vet.
He was coming off the year layoff. I don't know why he accepted that.
He needs a legitimate kind of contender or up and coming contender for him to go over that I think is going to launch him into.
I think top 10. He has to. And there's
That's the only reason I thought the Sunsao knockout was more impressive is just because of the rank difference. Like,
do you think O'Malley maybe fights somebody like a Corey Sandhagen or Sunsao next?
Maybe he gets the counter fight.
He can fight. He fights Stamen.
Nowhere, right? Is he still ranked?
Who?
Yeah.
O'Malley. Where's O'Malley in the rankings? Anybody?
They said he'll definitely be top 15 after this.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't ranked before. Now he's just gonna be top 15.
Right. And where was a Sunsao?
A Sunsao's still probably top 5, right?
He was in the top 5. He's like number 2 or 3.
Yeah. He's always been up there.
I'm surprised that No Love's record was so, like, his rankings were so high up, even though after 3 consecutive knockout losses. But
he was
maybe just they were title fights before for the first 2.
True that.
True. And then I guess I've kind of slept on Peter Yan. He's kind of the dark horse in this division. He's
Mike,
won 6 straight in the UFC.
sorry
Like
to
14
interrupt.
and 1. I did some research today.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you were right, Mikey, on the fight that he is gonna have to fight
Aljo?
Aldo.
He's gonna fight Aldo.
Jose Aldo?
Jose
Yeah.
Aldo. Yeah.
And that's wild because Dana
Cruz called it after he lost.
Well, Dana had originally said once Cejudo vacated, like retired, that it was going to be Peter Yan and whoever won out of Aljamain.
Oh, I thought you said Aldo, not Aljo. Okay.
Yeah,
No. I think it's gonna be Peter Yan and Aldo. They're shooting
No, it
for
is.
Peter Yan and Aldo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just proved Aljamain again.
They just
Dude, who do you
put
have in that
Aljamain
fight?
as number one contender.
Aldo?
Like he'll be the.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, Aldo.
Number one contender. Okay.
You think?
Aldo, I mean,
The youth is catching up.
I just think because he was already set for a title shot, it just set him right back. Like after they reshuffled the deck, I guess.
You talking about Aldo?
Yeah, because he was already set, and then he couldn't come out because of COVID and
Pulling
no travel
it,
or something like that.
Josh Thompson made a great point about also ticket sales. That they
Yeah.
don't pay-per-view, but like people are buying the pay-per-views when it comes to bantamweights.
Names.
Right now.
Yeah.
So
No.
Aldo is
Now
at least
that-
the name-
Sorry. Go ahead.
no, that Aldo is at least the name that people
Right.
are kind of familiar with.
Yeah.
And
He's
somebody
easily
like
one of the top names now that he's down there. If
he's the
not
greatest
top name.
145er to ever live.
Right. And now he's at bantamweight, so that makes him like the biggest bantamweight now.
for sure.
Records wise, he's the greatest 145er.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah,
No,
I mean,
in
record-wise,
general,
yeah.
he's the best 145.
I mean, Max Holloway will beat him 10 times out of 10 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that.
Right. But like, I don't know if he would beat him like a prime Aldo.
Oh, PEDs?
Dude, look what Aldo looked like in his Marlon Moraes
I mean,
fight, though.
more so leg kick Aldo. Aldo's not.
Dude, he
leg
looked
kick.
so good in his Marlon Moraes fight, though.
He did.
Yeah, and that was all boxing though. He can't. He
Yeah,
can't
he looked
outbox.
so good,
He
and that's
can't.
against
He
a
can't.
young buck, too.
He'll never be able to outbox Holloway though. He don't have the cardio
Oh,
for it.
no. It's just crazy to think
And the
that
thighs.
the thing that instills fear in a lot of Aldo's opponents are his leg kicks, and he's not doing it anymore.
You break your foot enough times, you'll stop throwing leg kicks too.
He broke it against Chen Sung Jung, if I remember correctly.
Bro,
Right.
he destroyed Nick
He
Faber
destroyed
with
it.
it, and everyone thought he has like the greatest leg kicks ever, man.
Yeah, but people started checking them. If everybody keeps checking your leg kicks, breaking your foot, you're gonna stop. You're gonna try to start mixing it up.
Oh yeah.
I like that he started going with boxing more, but I do miss his leg kicks.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he'll utilize them in this Yan fight. So
Yeah.
Tigger
That's
Sean.
an interesting fight, man. That is such a hard fight, a throw-up fight, man.
Who do you guys have if they do fight each other? Who do y'all have?
Jan and
I
Aldo.
like Peter Yan.
Jan, the youth, the power.
Even though I like if Aldo won though,
I would be so happy.
it's still just as good.
Right? I want Aldo to win so bad.
I would be so happy. Yeah.
And then him, I'm assuming
Just
Sterling
not losing
is
to
next.
nobody.
Then
Nostalgic. It's a new era of UFC. Get over your
It really
Daniel Sanchez's and your Frank Mears.
After the Tyron Woodley fight too, man, that's
oh,
another example.
Get over your Rich Franklins.
it broke my heart, man. It broke my heart.
Hey, get over your Forrest Griffins.
I knew I was worried that
Still working for
Tyron
the
was
UFC.
gonna lose how he lost to Kamaru to Gilbert. I wasn't sure that Gilbert would be able to do it because we don't have that kind of tape on him to where he would, dog somebody like that, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Not at that level,
was-
anyway.
One, he wasn't known
right,
for like Kamar was known for his endurance. Like
right.
he's known for pushing the pace. And Gilbert, I mean, man, he just
Gilbert fought like a little RDA, man.
bro.
Yeah, 100%.
my
He was throwing
goodness.
leg kicks, knees, didn't give a shit.
It was just like
cardio.
He has like that. I love those kind of fighters with like they're actual MMA fighters where they got hands, knees, kicks, ground game, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, they're just
He's a complete package.
Woodley had no answer for him. What really sucks in that division right now is just like what's been happening. As of late with Masvidal and Usman and all this stuff. You got Colby leaving his, ATT, and then Leon Edwards stuck in
London.
England.
Yeah.
And so, it's like Woodley just lost, so he's not fighting anybody. Like no one's.
Everybody forgets about
Yeah.
Ponzinibbio.
What's up with Thompson?
He's
Say
still
punch
I
in
thought he had a surgery a while back. But
forgot.
he should be healed up.
Huh?
Dude, the Argentine man. I miss
Ponzinibbio?
Ponce. bro.
Ponzinibbio's still alive. He's streaking too.
The last
He's
time
good.
he was getting ready to come back, I think he got staph, and so he had to
Ah,
pull out. Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
blame him.
Kevin Lee fought with Snap or with Steph.
Did, and then he lost.
Yeah, but depending on where you get it, depending on who you're gonna fight.
Kevin Lee's retiring.
Not to say that
He
the-
literally just put some
after-
foundation on it. He was just like, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fighters fight with staff, though.
The
Right,
most-
right.
Well, they probably shouldn't, but
Right.
um,
I had
All
staff-
right, so I have a question. Did you feel like Amanda Nunes's opponent Spencer should have, like, her corner should have thrown in the towel in between the fourth and fifth round?
Yes, in between the fourth to fifth round. Yes.
So,
Dude,
Yeah.
when she was getting punched, just like with just normal tapping up shots like jabs, and everything was making her flinch and hurt, and she fell, and then she just got ground and pounded the rest of the round. Like, dude, just save her.
you could see it. And you know what sucks though is like I
The
felt
fact.
like Herb Dean was put in a position where like he knew she was hurt, but it was like it wasn't enough to technically to really stop it.
It
And-
was this. I'll say this: it wasn't as bad as like Smith and Texera.
Oh no.
Smith's corner definitely should have stopped that. He was getting beat to
For
death.
sure.
Yeah,
sure.
But
or even Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Or Tony, yeah.
Right, 100%.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought they
right.
should have
The
stopped that.
only reason I feel that way is as Spencer's corner, you have to realize her abilities. Is she
Mhm.
really going to be able to take out the greatest female fighter of all time?
No,
What do you have?
Yeah.
What do you have? Do you have the knockout power? Do you have the speed? Do you have the takedowns? Do you have anything to offer? Truly.
Eric. Holly Holm,
Mike.
Misha Tate.
Holly Holm, Misha Tate?
Similar.
That
Holly Holm,
that wasn't
Dude,
that wasn't
she was
She
getting
wasn't getting beat.
outpointed,
She
but
wasn't
she wasn't
getting
getting
hit, yeah.
battered.
No,
right,
and
right.
she was
She
getting
wasn't getting hit
battered.
like that.
And Misha Tate had like a almost like a 10-8 round. Like she like dominated
Excuse me.
in the second and third round. Yeah.
Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen won.
Okay, but
there wasn't him just getting battered and so close to getting finished. He was
Yeah.
never close to getting finished.
Right.
Bill,
He was
always a
losing
I
the
know.
fight.
Hey,
There's a
hey,
difference between losing the
Chet
fight and
Congo and
getting
Pat
beat.
Barry.
Right.
Chet Congo, Pat Barry.
Yeah, no, that's a different one.
Literally, dude.
you could see she was just exhausted too, like just from
Right.
getting beat up. And every time she'd go for a takedown, you would hear her corner drive, and she had no energy for that. Like it wasn't doing anything for her. Like they just after a while, you got to know, like, all right, she's got nothing. But then, does that relationship with the fighter then get poisoned because maybe for them legacy and pride is saying, hey, I lasted against Cyborg.
Right.
Let me at least, if I'm going to fall on my shield, let me at least last against the best female fighter right now in the game. Like,
Yeah.
so, but I agree. I think they should have thrown in the towel. I think
The best
maybe.
shot was when everyday glove touch, just land a sucker punch. That was Felicia's best shot. Or to super gas her out in the fourth or fifth round and submit her.
Dude, did you even know that Felicia Spencer was a black belt in Taekwondo?
No, you can't tell.
You can't tell.
No.
Right, but like,
She's a
did
black
she get that black belt as a child? How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. She was like
At what
7
point?
years old. I'm a black belt.
like a happy meal.
You could tell when she,
Yeah.
when she hit her and connect, Nunez didn't buckle. Like she's just like
No. She started smiling at her, and I was like,
the
okay,
whole-
this is
the whole
done.
fight-
Shit.
the whole fight
Yeah.
she was smiling.
Yeah.
I have a theory. And it's one of two things for this fight, Felicia Spencer and Amanda Nunes. It was either Felicia Spencer's super tough
Yeah.
and, stayed in the fight like she did with Cyborg, which is impressive to fight the two best women fighters of all time and survive. Or Amanda wanted to make a statement, which I think that she did, and I think she played with her food and purposely didn't finish her. That's my opinion.
I think she couldn't finish her.
You don't think she can
My,
finish?
per-
I don't
my
think
personal
she- I
opinion.
don't think
My
she could,
personal
Yeah.
opinion.
I
don't think she
thought the same thing. And I mean, she said it in her interview that she did it on purpose, that she wanted the last 5 rounds. I don't know if I believe her to be a liar. Like, I don't think she'd
Did
lie
that
about
last
that.
fight.
Because she caught her with some shots that she could have
No.
pounced. But she
Right.
saw her wins. Exactly what you said. She saw her win. She saw her just not wanting to take the shots that she was taking.
Smile.
and she just kept picking
She
her
has
apart.
that creepy smile the
But
whole time, dude.
I will say this, like through the first like 3 rounds, she was hitting her with some shots that weren't even phasing, and other girls would have fell to him. And I think that maybe she was just trying to, like, even when she hurt her, she didn't want to maybe overextend and like, I don't know, but that's just.
For me, Amanda Nunes set the bar so high with her knockout of Rousey, whooping Tate and submitting her, and then KOing Cyborg. I just thought that, man, she could do that to anyone else.
And Holm.
Because because those 4 fighters you just mentioned aren't who she's fighting right now. No offense to her recent competition. I mean,
Dude,
Durandamy's a threat.
If
All of those
Durandamy-
girls are quite literally like some of the best girls to ever fight, ever.
All champs.
If
All
if
former champs.
Durandamy had takedown defense, she would beat Amanda Nunes. That's my opinion.
We didn't get to
She's
see much.
got-
exchanges,
Yeah,
right?
well, and but this goes to show how good Amanda is, where she could.
Oh, 100%,
she took her to
100%.
the ground and
Yeah.
changed the whole
Had
strategy.
no chance.
It ain't kickboxing.
Right.
But-
Right. If this was a kickboxing fight, Jermaine
Oh, yeah.
Jermaine would beat her.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's why.
Valentina might beat her, but that size differential is just too tough for Valentina
And
too.
the only thing now is that she cleaned out the 2 divisions, unfortunately. So it's like
No, they'll still feed Megan Anderson to her.
That's what I'm
So I
saying.
think
That's the next
and they're
one.
also trying to rise. They're also trying to
Got
bring in
some thunder,
Clavijo,
though.
it looks like right now.
Megan Anderson can
They
crack.
got Clavijo, she's moving up from 130, I think from 125 to 135.
Yeah, she's getting a main event too.
Oh yeah, against Jessica Eye.
Yeah.
The next
Oh,
fight.
I think I saw Ariel saying that it should be Irene Aldana should fight Amanda at 35, but she would fuck
That's
her
a
up.
payday. You fight
Yeah.
Amanda, you get paid.
But let's be honest, like
150.
outside of like Valentina, there is no one. There's no one that was even going to be a
And
contest
she
for
got
her.
beat twice.
Yeah, even
Crazy.
if you want to
Those-
argue, if
those
she
fights,
was,
though,
even
those
if you want to
fights.
argue, yeah, even if you want to
Yeah.
argue, but
I thought
Like,
Valentina
that's
had
another
even-
girl.
maybe the second.
That's another girl to add to the Amanda Nunes list. Like, look who she's beaten.
Mhm.
right.
Well,
No, her list is beautiful.
Shevchenko, though, even her division, unfortunately, has been cleaned out by her. Now. Who wants to
Yeah.
see, you know,
Let's
really
talk
gonna
about
fight Rose?
Shevchenko.
She hasn't fought Rose yet, right? Rose hasn't come back.
She,
And-
or no,
Different weight
Oh, no,
class.
that's a different division.
yeah. She hasn't fought.
Weili Zhang wants to fight Rose.
Weili Zhang wanted to fight Valentina too.
Good luck.
You ain't ready for that.
That would make it
I'll say
exciting.
this. She proved to me that she's got the gas tank for it. Like, she won a hard fight versus Joanna.
Yeah.
Normally, Joanna can outwork the girl she fights.
Oh, for sure.
Not Weili. Weili was there the whole time, punch for punch. You throw one, I'm gonna throw one.
Technically, Joanna did outwork her, though. It's just Weili landed way more significant punches.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, normally by the end of that, fight, she would have dominated the other
Guys, when
person.
was that card? Was that card in February? That was way after this whole coronavirus thing, and she's from she's from that.
She's from China.
Yeah. So I can't imagine what she was going through.
Dude, right?
Yeah, and then she was stuck here forever after her fight.
Yeah.
For a while, yeah.
Well, she seems
Dude, how about
too disciplined to lose
Chase
that thing.
Hooper, dude? Chase
Dude, the
Hooper
guy
looks
can't
like
even buy
Sean O'Malley
alcohol.
without tattoos.
You can't even buy alcohol.
Dude, literally, dude. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings and the server was like, "Yo, that is literally a boy." Like, he lied about
Legit.
his age.
Bro, he was
No, they know how old he is.
Jeez.
Straight up, dude. That is a 16-year-old kid just who only knows jujitsu. Just
He was also casted in Zombieland, wasn't he? That's the kid.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he's Jesse Eisenberg, bro.
Isn't he
Tallahassee.
he's 6'1", ain't he? He's like
Yeah,
tall.
he's tall.
He's
He was
tall.
as tall. He was as tall as Caceres for sure, at least.
But Caceres was dropping just.
He was 6'1".
Yeah, he's huge.
He was as tall as the lawn, dude.
Yeah,
He's huge.
That's why I want Alon to
and
fight.
he has but he's got like no body on him though, like no mass.
He needs to
He needs to eat.
eat. That boy needs
And
some milk.
Some milk.
it just looked like he didn't have cruel intentions in there. You know what I mean? It looked like he
No.
wasn't gonna throw anything.
That's
to
what
really
it was
hurt
gonna
this-
be the whole time though, as long as he couldn't get into the ground. Like that's Chase Hooper. Like Chase Hooper's good on the ground, and that's
And
it.
Alex went there with him a couple times too, surprisingly.
Yeah,
But
well,
Caceres is good
I
on the
think
ground,
Alex
too.
a vet. Like I feel like he has faith in skill set that like a young kid's not gonna tap him out if he goes to the ground.
For real, dude. Dude,
Super
Alex
fit.
Caceres has multiple submissions.
It's true.
He's good.
Against Schluff Cheese.
Shut up, bro. You're a hater. He's 15 and 2 in the UFC. Shut up.
All right, fine. Fight for the journeyman title. Fight.
So who do you
Bro,
think?
you know,
Who do you
you
think
go to
Garbrandt
Bellator, he would
fights next?
smash.
What's up?
Who do you think Garbrandt fights next?
Sandhagen, Stamen, Cruz? No, he already fought.
Aljo's definitely not gonna fight anybody before. Oh my God!
He's gonna wait.
It's gonna be Marias and Garbrandt,
Ooh,
right?
Good.
Right, like.
I hope he doesn't get switch kicked to
Yeah.
living hell.
Dude, not only
he just
that,
get-
like, Marias can knock him out with his hands, too.
Bro, if Mariah,
But that's a battle of Cody's chin.
He's
Sorry,
a
go
monster.
ahead. I'm sorry.
If he can just get a bigger gas tank, he's gonna destroy people.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like Marias is the king of the first round. Cody Garbrandt is his chin still there. Like if he can get out the first round, he might have a
You
shot.
saw how he was fighting.
He was fighting like a guy that didn't want to get knocked
Yeah.
Garbrandt's
Yeah,
footwork
he
is
fought like a guy who got knocked out 3 times in a row. And then once he got his swagger, dude, he started feeling himself, his little boppy hair. Dude,
Yeah.
literally. He literally, like, just found his groove, bro, and started to tag him up. Straight up. Dude, he had a middle part. He looked like Brendan Fraser from The Mummy.
Wait, speaking of him moving, did you not see? And I feel bad for Felicia Spencer. The up and down that she was doing, she was like going like,
Oh,
So, I'm like, what is that doing? Like, what's the,
Trying to feint the takedown. I don't know.
it's like, should
bro,
I-
that was her victory. That's her, like, her only victory highlight when she just, like,
I will say Felicia Spencer, she's resident to Orlando, so she trains at a gym that's not the gym I train at, which is, one of the top in Florida, confirmed. And they don't allow cross training. Normally, our gym is open to a lot of people coming through, getting different looks and different rounds, and her gym doesn't do that. So that might have given her a lack of different looks, because just looking back at some of the gyms I've trained at over the years, if you don't have certain styles and matchups or even the right partners to get you ready for a fight, a lot of gyms don't have that or can provide that. So you have to seek for that other places. That's why a lot of successful fighters, even in the regional scene up to the UFC, they cross train at different gyms. And
Well, going back to Cody, I mean, look what he did, going to Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
And getting his hands even better and tighter. I mean,
like Tyron Woodley, I mean, when he was on fire, leaving American Top Team, going to Duke Rufus, the Rufus Sports. That's T.J. Dillashaw leaving Alpha Male to train.
I still want Cody to get a jab behind to set up stuff. Like he doesn't know how to jab at all. But he was a boxer, right? Like
yeah,
a champ. Like I don't understand.
Listen, I don't understand why Gaethje doesn't wrestle. Or
Yeah, fair.
wrestle too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like some of these guys are
bro,
so
he threw
good.
them motherfucking dang.
The bungalows.
Well,
let's think about it like this. Let's think about it like this. If you're a pro fighter, boxer, or MMA fighter, and all you need is just one of these bad boys, just one.
True.
I don't think he'll throw a jab. I mean, Francis doesn't throw jabs, does he?
He doesn't.
No.
He didn't throw jabs.
He'll like throw his hand out there just to block your face and then knock you up.
Yeah, literally just.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
But I guess that's too like what Holly Holm, like you would think she would be a better boxer considering she was a multi-time, boxing champion, but she's just a kicker, really.
Bro, I can't tell that she's a boxer unless I watched the Ronda Rousey fight. That was masterful.
Yeah, the footwork was there, had better hands, but that was the last time her boxing.
She made Ronda Rousey look like an amateur in there.
Oh, that was bad. I still have that replayed in my head. You'll never forget something like
Just,
that.
Olay!
She's out of a job.
I had Holly beating her when they scheduled it. I did not know it was gonna look like that though.
She's getting her arm taken off.
Yeah.
Well, it was even worse. So I think once Amanda got her hands on it, because she was already kind of like hesitant, and then just
You throw them oblique kicks if you want to.
She was literally on the cage, just like literally the ref stopped it. She just
poor Rhonda. Hey, speaking of, Listen, Wineland ended up
Dude,
cross-eyed. Bro,
Yeah.
even though a Sunsao would look pretty bad too, I felt bad from the doctors. Like initially, it looked like maybe they thought he came to a little bit, and they put him on the stool, and then you just see him like whoop,
Oh, true.
them having to kind of put him back down. Yeah.
I hope I never get knocked out. I hope you guys never get knocked out either.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I thought he was standing
knock on
up,
wood,
but then
bro.
when they cut back to a Sunsao, he was just out again. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Imagine handing out a nap that you can't even like just distinguish if you're awake or alive, like back and forth. You know what I mean? Just
The
think-
worst part about that knockout, dude, was a Sunsao has never been KO'd like that before, dude. And
I don't
that's
think
like a
ever.
really
I thought he got
knockout.
He didn't get caught once. I thought
this
he
man
got knocked
fought
out one other time.
Masvidal and didn't get knocked out. Crazy stat. They had fought years
When
ago.
Morai beat him, it wasn't a knockout. Was it a submission or
He beat Mirage, didn't he?
he did the rematch?
Yeah.
Or no, he beat Morai the first time, and then Morai beat him the second time. I think he knocked him out. No.
I don't think so. I feel like I remember that.
Vera and Aljo. Head kicks.
Oh my God, Aljo straight dabbed.
Dude, he knocked out Aljo bad.
Dude, yeah, that was a meme for like 6 months.
Jeez. Oh, dude, it was terrible. Yeah, Aljo's still pissed about that. He's
Dude,
remarkable
yeah.
too. I feel like he's got
Put
the
him in the
remarkable.
motherfucking
Aljo, what do you think? I think he's got the ingredients to be
Oh
marketable.
yeah. So Mariah submitted him in the second fight,
Admitted him. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
which is still very impressive as well.
But I'm just saying,
That guy was
for
great.
someone who's never been KO'd in their career to get KO'd flatline like that,
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
wow.
I
Wow.
mean, he saw the setup. He still threw, even though
It
he
was
saw
one of
he
those
set it up
things
for the
where-
counter.
Like if you watch that replay, he actually threw the right thing. He threw a check right hook because he's a southpaw, and it missed Cody. It hit him in the chest, and Cody just destroyed
Killed
him
him.
with the
Killed
right.
him. Yeah.
It
Well,
looked
you
like
look-
he sat on his own knee or something, like sat down, like, wait a second. Is that a nickel?
Like
Well, he didn't even turn away the whole time when he put his head down. If you look at his eyes, he's keeping.
Yeah, he's looking at. He's like
whole time.
ready to pounce.
he was
I'm
just
gonna
he was-
kill this
he
man.
was nipping him right.
He just threw it from.
No, he was like, if he throws anything, I'm gonna kill him.
If you had to eat one of those
Yeah,
shots
I
from
hope
last
he
night,
blocks it. I want him to block it too.
if you had to eat one of those shots from last night, would it be that hook or the straight from O'Malley?
The
Yeah,
straight
dude.
from O'Malley.
Take $1,000. Go.
The
Bro,
straight
either
from
one,
O'Malley.
you're not feeling them.
Yes.
I'd rather have the hook to the temple put me out.
Uh,
No jaw, no nose.
I would rather get straighted because like a Sunsout's face was like changed when
Yeah. I
Garber
was gonna say,
came.
Wineland was able to get up and talk to O'Malley and was like, "Hey, you caught me. That's a good
Yeah.
catch."
I don't know.
Like,
His mustache kind of flying forward. His
He
mustache
got
was
that
weird.
little wax in there.
That boy knocked off his
That's the
mustache.
bees. That thing wasn't happy anymore. By the end of the fight, that shit was sad as fuck.
Bro, did he starfish? Like, did he?
No, yeah, bro, the back of his head whiplash, bro.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
bad.
it was tough.
He would.
Oh, yeah, he went stiff. He went stiff. Well, I think that this
Woo.
only had like 2 decisions or 3 decisions. It didn't have many.
It was a fire card. I know people were hating on it, but I was excited for it the whole time. It's just
Yeah.
because the title fight was so, low considered that
Well,
everybody
people-
was shitting on the card. But the card was legit from the beginning, like to me.
Out of respect for Amanda, I think they keep continuing to give her main events. I think she's absolutely deserving of it. But when you think of main event fighters, you think of like big name fighters, people who you know are going to deliver. Every
Yeah, but they only got who they got right now.
I was
So
just gonna say,
Dude, Amanda
unfortunately
Nunes
for her,
versus
though,
Cyborg was like a main event.
Yeah. And the performance too.
Remember,
That was still one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
but Cyborg had history coming into the UFC already. She had
Mhm.
built that wealth of just experience and just highlights.
He was Amanda Nunes before Amanda Nunes.
And Cyborg had all the best competition at the peak at that time. Right now, it's kind of stagnant. Like it sucks for them because she's solidified herself as the best, but she's got no one else to fight now. I feel like.
Not really off
you
topic.
know who?
but
Not even. What?
What are you thinking?
Cyborg and Ronda in their primes, who would have won and how?
Cyborg.
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 It was always going to be Cyborg.
In
That's
the
why they never
moment-
fought.
When it was
Ronda
happening, the
had
beef, I was like, Ronda, duh.
Mhm.
Now,
Cyborg always would have beat her, even before all of this. Cyborg was always going to beat her. That's why she didn't want to fight her.
Granted, Cyborg was on the juicy,
100%.
but
She drink high C.
the skills that she had.
Dana White said she looked like Vanderlei with the dress, like roasted.
That was so dirty though.
That was dirty.
Yeah,
that was,
There's no reason to
that was-
come. That's like a female fight. There's no reason to come at her for her looks.
Absolutely, that's kind of fucked up.
Hey,
But we
you know
all-
who we're not even talking about right now? We're not even talking about Neil Magny, dude.
Dude, yeah,
Oh,
he's been
bro.
good.
Dominant.
The only thing
Damon.
he was.
when I hear Emil Magny's name, I think of him getting knocked out by Mike Ricci. And those and then he's on a tear. He beat Gastelum.
What happened to Mike Ricci?
What's
He retired.
Just disappeared.
Oh, that was Let Me Bang, bro. It was that season. I'll let you bang, bro.
Right?
Dude, and no, I always remember Neil Magny beating Condit because he's my favorite fighter, and I always get butthurt over that. So.
Right?
He's still alive.
You get butthurt a lot now.
He should
All
have.
your favorite fighters.
I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my fighters, okay?
So am I. I'm a big Diego Sanchez fan.
No, you're not. Okay, Diego Sanchez.
Oh. Oh.
The stretched out face when he's face to face. He's off his rocker. That's a whole subject in
Yeah,
itself.
he's crazy. He's
Bro.
crazy.
Listen, we all need a wild card in our sports, and he's that guy. He's the Gary Busey of the UFC.
Oh,
Right
100%.
You guys remember Santiago Ponzinibbio fighting Magny? That was Magny's last loss.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I
Bro,
remember that.
so
Besides that, he hasn't really lost much.
he hasn't. He
lost to
beat
Ponzinibbio
old
and
boy.
Dos Anjos.
He beat old boy that I'm not gonna even try to pronounce his last name because Cormier already butchered it last night like 5 times on TV. But I think it's an Asian gentleman. I don't know if he's Chinese or Korean or where.
Really?
I know a lot of.
What's his name? Just try.
Nope.
I just want to know. I'll
Another
tell you
person.
the name if you try to say the name.
You got 2 experts.
Give me the
right
name. I'll try to say
That's
the name.
it, all right?
If you give me the name, I'll try to say it.
Fought last night.
No, so that was Neil Magny's like last win. That was his last.
Li Liang.
Huh?
Liang.
Li Jiang Li Jiang Liang.
Yeah.
Li
See?
Jiang Liang.
Oh, okay, the
Li
leech.
Jiang, yeah. Cormier
One
butchered that name.
Filipino right here.
Yeah, the leech.
Yeah, I thought Magny could have done more in the beginning rounds. I felt like he kind of had to push the pedal a little
After
bit.
Magny got absolutely destroyed by Maya, he became such a grappler.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, he went and
That
trained.
was like
He went and trained with
what
Maya. He went and trained with
Yeah,
Maya.
that's what happened when Chael Sonnen destroyed Okami, and then Okami went and trained, and then he was a wrestler out of nowhere.
Curtis Blades kills Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem's like, hey, I'm gonna come up there, train with you guys. Like,
Yeah, you saw him beat,
Let's give
you know,
credit to Magny.
Harris. So
Right?
Let's give some credit to Magny. He's been in the UFC since 2013. He's got like over 20 fights with the UFC. His
Yeah, I
debut,
know.
2000,
he's always-
only 2013 feels longer.
his
That's
debut
all right.
was against John Manley. You guys remember John Manley? I don't.
who?
Yeah, no, that guy with the face and the eyes and the nose.
Well, I'm telling you guys, the dark horse, and I mean the welterweight division, the lightweight, the bantamweight is now all of a sudden stacked.
Yeah,
Ponzinibbio is a dark horse in the welterweight for
he's
sure.
not a dark horse. He's got to come back. I got to see him come back. The last fight I remember,
Yeah.
Ponzinibbio. Did he fight Perry? Am I making that up?
He fought Perry.
And I remember him running from Perry the whole time.
He's
That's
on
all I
a
remember.
he's on a 7-fight win streak right now.
Okay, that's the last thing I remember from Ponzinibbio was him fighting Perry
Me
and
too.
Perry having to like walk him down the whole
Is
time.
he ranked?
He should
He
be.
probably was, but he hadn't fought in a while.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's definitely
I
ranked.
think he had got injured, and then, like I said, when he was getting ready to come back, he got stabbed. He was supposed to fight Robbie Lawler.
He stopped by my gym a few times. I'm not sure if he's official there. I'm not sure yet.
Word.
That would be cool. Just seeing him because I know who he is. I'm like,
So I think we've covered the card. Of course,
needed to be
immediately. Is there a fight we were missing? Oh, shout out to who was Stamen?
Stamen? Cody Stamen? Yeah.
Cody Stamen. Shout out to him. Heart goes out to that kid for
100%.
losing his brother and then being able to pull out.
We haven't talked about Ian Heinisch, that really big dude that
He
knocked out Garal
GM3.
Fishart.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and he stuffed his ass last night, dude.
That's the only pick I got wrong last night. I picked everything else right, and I usually don't.
You picked Caceres over
really
Hooper
good.
too?
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay.
I know everybody was
Dude,
high on
you
Hooper,
guys
bro.
remember who's that new guy that got Twister 4 times in the fight?
Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell.
Arkansas.
Bryce Mitchell? Dude, yeah, like
No, like
that
he
move
clearly
even hit like
the
once or twice. Did it 4 times?
He's a guy you don't want to know.
that's clearly his go-to. No, what was it? It was the head arm like triangle choke too. He threw it like it was nothing. Like it's his go-to move.
Yeah,
That guy's a ninja on the ground.
Oh, 100%. He made it look easy. And Charles Rosa isn't like just an easy guy to roll with. Like,
He's a black belt.
yeah,
He's a black bitch. He's a black bitch.
Well,
A black bitch.
So in tremendous fashion, of course, after the card was over, of course, Mr. Conor McGregor has to always send out a tweet, has to always send out something on social media.
Everyone's shaking their head.
Announces to the world his retirement. Hey, Amanda, I know you're trying to have your moment. Fuck you. It's my time. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's no way that this man is actually. I mean, I think he can definitely take some time off because he's
How
making.
much? He's taking the last 4 years off.
Yeah, he's only fought once in that time.
He can keep doing it. I think it's hilarious that he did mention in that press conference, he was like, "I'm gonna fight 3 times this year. I'm gonna go for the BMF belt. I'm gonna fight Khabib for the." It's like, and I'm retired. All right, leading right up to the retirement already.
I don't know why he's trying to play hard again of all people.
People, I don't know.
Does that go to show that maybe the UFC, because of the pandemic, because of everything that's happening, might be saying, "Hey, listen, we can't give you this much money"? Could it be the pay-per-view?
Makes sense.
The pay-per-view relationship that they now have with ESPN, and how the pay-per-view buys aren't like they used to be because it's like 3 layers to get to a pay-per-view event.
Yeah, that's such a bad idea what they did.
It's also terrible that people are asking for more money during the pandemic, and it's not terrible. I get it; it's your job. You got to make your money, but like it's just like the worst time to ask.
I heard
when no one had jobs.
Of like, is it the athlete's responsibility to accept less money when the pandemic isn't necessarily, like, it's not necessarily their problem. They're still performing. They're still putting themselves on the line.
Hey, there's a pandemic going on. Money, please.
Right, but
money,
not
please.
accept less money, but like to try to get more money, more so.
More money, yeah. I
People
mean,
are fighting just to get money. Like, people are fighting just to pay their bills.
Well,
Right.
you
guys are asking for more.
Well, we don't know the numbers, and the UFC is very good with keeping those numbers private because they don't want it to
John Jones, Conor McGregor, Masvidal. A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Sure.
The most
That's
money
it.
right now, probably.
Each of them made $1 million their last fight, minimum.
Who?
Each of them made $1 million their last fight, minimum.
Oh, Conor made like 8,
5, 6.
Like he made like overall, I think he made close to 18. I think off the Khabib fight. The purse itself was like it wasn't that much, but I think with everything else that he had sponsorship wise, he made bank off that fight.
I just listened, and I trust Dana for the
makes like $5 million per.
I just listened to post media scrum from Dana, and he said that Masvidal and John Jones within the last calendar year, within 2020, just signed 8 fight contracts. You can't renegotiate.
I believe it.
I
believe that.
Yeah.
And now let's be clear. You can renegotiate. You can renegotiate if they're willing to renegotiate.
Yeah, but not after the first fight. Are you kidding me?
That's what O'Malley did. O'Malley had just signed a 3-fight contract, and then I forgot who it was that he beat, and then he renegotiated his contract immediately.
I mean, if you're O'Malley, the way he's fighting, especially that walk-off.
Is this his second? Was that his second or third fight right now in the UFC?
Yeah, he's 4-0 in the UFC.
So I think he renegotiated after his first fight. Like, and he signed at least a 3 to 4 fight contract when he first signed with them.
Because I think that when you win the Contender Series, I think it's 3 fights, 3 or 4.
Right, and he renegotiated immediately, is what I'm saying. But they had the money then; they weren't under a pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, I looked at the purses for last night. Maybe I can find them again. People made bank last night. Like Nunez made like 500, 600K Felicia Spencer, 150.
You see, we say that's bank, but dude, a boxer fighting tomorrow who me and you don't know will make twice that, triple that.
What about Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia probably makes like $10 million a fight now.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but you can't compare it though, can you?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they're both fighting, but you can't compare it like pay scale wise.
True. Yeah, those are big names.
Boxing set up those relationships.
Right, pre-established.
Yeah, oh my, for
and
generations.
I love all combat
sports,
but it's not the same excitement for me.
Right.
I can appreciate high level boxing.
There's only a few people that I like to watch box.
Deontay Wilder is one of them. Tyson
Wilder, the big three of the boxing world. Lomachenko.
Yes.
Lomachenko, bro.
Any Mayweather fight, even though he's like 45 now.
I'm done with Mayweather, but yeah.
I've never been a big fan, but I've had to watch him a lot over the years.
So wait, you weren't a fan because Pacquiao lost.
So what do you think happens now if McGregor's supposedly retiring, Cejudo's supposedly retired, we got Jones supposedly vacating his belt, and we got now Masvidal asking for a release? What does that do for all these divisions now? Like,
Gus becomes champ at heavyweight.
Like, do you think Dana is already considering matches to move on, or do you think he's actually willing to
I think he's trying to wait to see what actually until they actually submit like in writing that they're done and they're vacating and done. Like, but how long does that last is the question too. Like, how long is he willing to wait for them to decide before he moves and does something himself about it?
Well, what's funny too is the way that they set up the championship belt is if your contract automatically gets renewed for like a 3-fight contract if you're a champion, and every time you win, it gets extended another three matches. So it's endless. Like, you can't ever get out of that contract unless you lose, basically, unless you retire and then you vacate the belt. Which at that point, I don't know if you still have all those fights under their contract or whatever the case is. Which I believe.
I think if you retire under the contract with the fight still left, if you come back, you have to come back with them.
Fight for them too,
yeah,
I believe.
You have to come back and fight the rest of your contract out.
This is completely out of the realm of possibility. But given 2020 lets anything happen, Masvidal, McGregor, and John Jones all get released, go to Bellator. John Jones fights Ryan Bader. Jorge Masvidal fights Douglas Lima. And Michael Chandler fights Conor McGregor on a New Year's Eve card.
That would be amazing.
I would shit my pants.
That'd be
take over.
That'd be pretty nutty.
Well, let's just say this. Yeah. Conor
lights up
Chandler.
Lights up Chandler?
I think he lights him up.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh,
you said Michael Chandler. Okay, in my head, you said Michael Page. I know he's not the champion, but that's where I went in my head.
Oh, true.
I was thinking Conor McGregor, Michael Page.
So,
but yeah, okay.
And dude, I do not think Masvidal has a guaranteed win against Lima.
No, that's definitely not. That's not a guaranteed win. No.
I don't know.
So
man.
that's a hard fight. And then
Lima's an animal.
Yes, that was one of the craziest knockouts against MVP. That was crazy.
No, I say of the three, John Jones has the easiest, obviously.
For sure, he's already daddied him.
I'd like to see what
Bader's like the GOAT in Bellator right now.
He is.
Yeah.
I would like to the champ. I would like to see what he could do against Jones now, but
I would too. But I think that's out of the three because Conor should beat Chandler as around the same way that he beat Mendez, I guess, like because he's so small, like he'll just pick him apart from range, kick him in the body a lot, tire him out.
I think Chandler would just get caught like he did with
Yeah, dude. If Patricky Pitbull can knock you out, McGregor's knocking you out.
Yeah.
Who's Patricio?
Patricio.
Yeah, Patricky's the older one.
He was avenging his brother.
He did avenge him.
He did.
So obviously he can knock him out, but I'm just saying McGregor could probably knock out Pitbull. So
all right, scratch that. What about Patricio and Conor McGregor? Dude, he's actually
McGregor. Still Conor. That's just. I'm just going off size on that one. I would still go Conor.
And that's just a perfect style matchup for Conor.
Yeah, he's so small too.
Yeah,
he's very tiny. But
if Conor's bigger than you,
that's a great fantasy, guys. That's a great.
I was also testing your guys' MMA fandom. Not a lot of people talk Bellator. I love Bellator. There's so many good fighters in Bellator.
If if they by chance ever got released, obviously Bellator is going to be the first one to throw some, and unless one.
I don't know. I feel like I could see some of them over at 1 too, though.
One
Dude,
of
hopefully AJ McKee fights again.
Oh, AJ
Dude,
McKee,
AJ
16-0, crazy.
He's a beast.
I love their little featherweight tournament they got going on. Pat hates it. I don't know why.
I love the when they did the welterweight one. It was actually pretty nice.
The heavyweight one.
Dude, the heavyweight
No,
one
no,
was
the
a
welterweight
joke,
one.
but it was so cool.
It was so light.
Dude.
They put Rampage and King Mo. They put Chael.
Oh, I
Sonnen.
didn't catch it yet.
Didn't he make it to like the semi?
Chael P. Sonnen. The bad guy.
Oh, he beat Mitchell. Who did Chael beat?
Chael beat Rampage and
Mitrione?
almost beat Fedor.
Oh, Fedor.
Almost
Yeah,
beat
and then
Fedor.
lost to Fedor. And then he sold out.
And he beat Vanderlei there too. But not in the tournament.
Can't let you get close.
I can't let you get close.
Oh, well, no. Oh, man.
So
What do you guys think about Werdum?
What else is happening in MMA news? I'm trying to think.
What do you guys think about Werdum and Gustafsson being matched up?
Everybody says that that's a wash for Gus, but I guess it's because Verdum looked so. He looked bad on the feet, but he looked great on the ground. Like I think Verdum could.
That's definitely not the Verdum who outstruck Cain Velasquez.
Oh, right. And
Yeah, but we got Fat Fabricio now though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We got 41-year-old Verdum.
if
We got
2008
dad bod, no PEDs.
See if he.
He doesn't even do his funny face anymore, dude. He's not even Verdum anymore.
I hate that funny face.
I love it.
Well, do you think, especially with the pandemic right now, just training is just off for some of these fighters? Like they just.
I think that there's so. I've noticed that fighters at the highest level, like Jacare, for example, when he's in the gym, he doesn't take classes. You know, he doesn't take the jiu-jitsu classes, take the striking classes. Maybe every once in a while he'll hop into the MMA classes, but he's got his posse. He's got training partners that they throw like, hey, Mikey, come get a round with Jacare, you know, something like that. They'll just start throwing fighters they know that can give rounds, and yeah, I don't think it affects them too much. Ironically, he did get the coronavirus, but he didn't train it like it wasn't open. So he flew his coach from Brazil in, and that coach lived in his house, and they trained every day. So stuff like that. I thought he was gonna whoop Uriah Hall, personally. But apparently he's all
I was excited. I thought it was a good style matchup for both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But if the second it touches the ground, which is something that Jacare has been kind of leaning off of lately.
He's been working on his boxing like Aldo. Them two particularly, like they started working on their boxing heavy around the same time. It feels like, and then they just started focusing on that. Like, and that's what they do now. They boxers.
It's crazy. They just use.
I'm sure there's still fighters.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Same thing. Ferguson, who's a beast on the ground, likes to keep it standing and just maul you, unless your name is Justin Gaethje.
I don't even think he has a team.
No, I think though
No,
with Ferguson though, he let Eddie Bravo be his main coach this time.
Nah,
That
not
was a
even.
mistake.
Nah, he had it was his striking coach was the main coach. Eddie Bravo was saying. Eddie's always.
He's a great dancer.
He said he was like moral support.
Yeah, and then because he's like best friends.
No,
with
I know I just know he said that he regretted having to be the corner for Tony Ferguson.
No, well, that was what was fucked up. Was kind of the two other coaches, I guess, kind of threw him to the wolves a little bit and told him to get in there. And his mindset was like the strategy, you know, what we were working on with Khabib was we're going to try to keep it standing.
Eminari roll. Eminari roll.
He felt so out of loop, and that's why he even mentioned doing the Eminari roll.
Okay.
But you know, at that point it was late. What was that? The fourth round, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was covered in blood. They're super sweaty at that point. Like he's not going to be able to catch.
They
that.
definitely should have called it, but I know why. I guess I know why they did it, but they should have called it.
I mean, Tony was still mad that they called it when when they did. Like,
Bro,
no,
he got hit with a cross. Started dancing to the other side of the corner. I wish Keith Peterson was the ref for that fight. That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
That was like a peanut butter sandwich with no milk or no water, just going down.
at least At least
You're so stupid.
he kept his teeth though, which Anthony Smith can't really
Oh, yeah.
say.
Yeah. And it's crazy because he was dominating the first round and a half.
Who was dominating the first round?
Smith.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bing.
Glover did have a really good strategy, though, dude. He literally rolled almost every punch, and his head movement looked great.
Yeah.
That's it. Just
Glover,
the
when he
veteran versus kind of the up and comer.
When Glover first hit the scene in like 2012, 2013, he was like Chuck with a black belt in the ground. He was.
That's how they.
John, remember?
What was that?
The guy to beat John.
Lol. Got his shoulders just separated. He was like,
He just tried to pull his arms off his body.
Dude, my man just.
box in the clinch, ripped his shoulder apart.
Literally, bro. Like, John Jones attacks your knees,
right?
your joint, your shoulders. He's scary, man. He's the scariest dude walking.
Prenatal women, the cocaine, the strippers. It's just
wild
crazy
man
on top. Like if he lost like one or two, I'd be like, okay, it's because he's a party boy. But he hasn't.
He's never lost.
The only way we can argue him losing would be is if Chael Sonnen made it out of that first round.
If he would have lost his title, yeah.
Exactly. If Vitor Belfort finished that armbar, or if Gustafsson had the right judges in his corner.
Hey, remember Anthony Smith could have stolen that away from him too.
Yeah, because
there's a couple times. Yeah, there are a couple times he could have lost.
No.
I think this John Jones looks much more human than he used to.
Yes.
Speaking of John Jones, who did y'all have in the John Jones Reyes fight? I had Reyes.
Jones 3-2.
I had Reyes 3-2.
I thought Reyes could have taken it, but I thought Jones. Like I wasn't mad at the Jones decision.
I was with Eric at the time.
I wasn't mad at it. I didn't think it was a robbery. I just had Reyes.
Yeah.
Really. I was with Eric. We were all at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we always survey the table like, what do you guys think? And, everyone's like Jones, and they're like, okay. And then I hit the internet on the way home, and Twitter and the MMA world's blowing up, robbery, blah blah blah, and I think Reyes is taking a bad angle getting the rematch. Like, just take it. Like, hey man, I did my best.
No. I think he was there. I think he had the rematch, and then all this other shit happened. I do think they were going to rebook that.
I just don't think that fight was as close as people think it was, dude.
I think that the rematch.
I got to go back and rewatch it.
I would like to see the rematch because I think the rematch he'd put him away.
He would do better.
I think he'd be more Jones would be more dominant. I don't think Reyes would.
Wrestle fucks him.
Where though? He tried to wrestle him. He couldn't take him down. Couldn't keep him down.
Yeah, but I got the vibe of like another Gustafsson like kind of training camp for Jones. I feel like
maybe. All I know is if Reyes could come in with better cardio, if he can come in with even better cardio, considering that was his first 5-round fight, I think that he would look even better in a rematch versus Jones.
True.
Jay, Jones is one of those guys where you do not want him studying your style, though. I mean, he's already fought. Like, just look at the first fight, and then the second fight, he fought completely differently.
But to be fair, same thing with DC.
He didn't wrestle the first time. He tried to wrestle this time.
Yeah.
He couldn't get him down.
Who's to say that he doesn't train super hard this time to actually do it? Who's to say he did strike?
Yeah, if he took off on the training camp,
it's just Jones is one of those guys at Greg Jackson's where when they get a game plan going, you're not beating him, dude.
Yeah,
you're not.
Yeah, I mean it's been shown so far. I do want to see who Reyes fights next. If it's not obviously Jones, because Jones is Jones is trying to set a super fight with Francis. I don't think he wants any other fight because he knows that that's going to make him more money than somebody like Reyes.
Okay, Francis versus Jones. Who wins?
Jones.
Francis kills him. In my opinion, Francis scorches him.
I think. Okay. I'll tell you this. If the Jones that fought Reyes, because I think he took a lackadaisical approach. If he takes that approach against Francis, he will get starched.
Absolutely. If I can even, I'll take Jones that fought Santos. Give me one that just walks in front of me. Give me a little time to clack him. Francis hits him one time. He sleeps him.
Watch the Jones and DC one. That's all you need to know about Jones. How scary he was in throwing his techniques against when he doesn't care about like what you have for him.
Yeah.
He was throwing axe kicks at DC.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
he's not gonna
wondering-
throw an axe kick at Francis.
he might.
Dude,
I don't
think-
know.
I think DC
he
is way more
will
dangerous
pray to
than Francis,
God.
though.
He will pray to God that he can get Francis down. That's what he will do. He will hope that everything goes right and he can take. If
Well-
Francis keeps him on the feet, he will kill him.
Let me put it this way, Tony. Who's a better fighter, Jones or Stipe?
Jones. Yeah, I'll give you
Okay.
that. Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
They're
I hear
different
you.
styles,
I hear
though.
you. But
Yeah,
that
they're different
you gotta
styles,
be
though.
right. But you saw the shots that Stipe took. I don't know if Jones takes those shots.
Good point. That's a good point.
You're right.
I hear rumors that John Jones has been bodying heavyweights for years now. Way too
He
fast.
says it. He says you
Well,
hear
if
it
he's
everywhere.
wrestling just with his brothers alone, who are big, those are heavyweights. They're heavyweights. I mean,
Untrained heavyweights.
training with them,
I-
just weight
I-
wise. He's
I
throwing
can't
something-
remember. Did Alistair and him had a beef while they were training together too, right? Didn't they have a problem?
Probably knocked out Alistair and sent him to, another gym.
That's what you think?
Dude,
I feel
I'll tell you
like
what,
Alistair could have knocked
Alistair
out.
Overeem just impresses me so much, man.
His
Just how
resume.
he switches up his entire
I-
fighting style, dude. and
Yes, I
wins.
love a guy who will, even if you get knocked out, he just keeps evolving. Nothing keeps Alistair down. He's just like, fuck it, we'll move on to another gym,
2001.
learn
Yeah.
some more shit.
He got so many fights.
Yeah,
Like,
he's such a beast. He's such a beast.
All he had
And
to do-
he was a really bad choice away from being the champion. He dropped Stipe and went for a
Yeah.
guillotine.
yeah,
He should have just
Could've
TKO'd
won
him.
the belt.
remember this over him, the one that dominated Bigfoot for 2 rounds and was walking out. Dude, that knockout's one of my favorites.
That was the sad one.
Dude, he's yelling over him.
But I will say, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. When it comes to John Jones, take Francis out of it. If you were to create a perfect fighter to beat John Jones, I will say that if your only way to beat John Jones is to knock him out, you're not beating John Jones. We've seen that over and over again.
I hear that.
It's also
But that's
Francis.
all. That's
I will
all at
give
light
you that.
heavyweight though. Like
It is Francis. Yeah. it is
pop
different.
on up to heavyweight. See what Francis is about.
How much do you think John Jones cuts? 230, 240?
At least, yeah, I would say 240 probably
Yeah.
at best.
But do you think the power
A
translates?
healthy.
DC's got
Power
power
translates.
at heavyweight.
What do I think John Jones has power at heavyweight?
That extra 20, 30 pounds. DC can crack it at heavyweight.
John Jones doesn't have crack power.
But neither does DC.
No, I mean, but he will box. He will box you up.
Like
though.
DC,
he'll put
starts big fucking
value.
uppercut.
Right. But he'll put value in boxing on you. Sometimes he can knock people out. Sometimes he can't. John Jones doesn't have like boxing.
And
like
I think
that.
a big reason that he knocked out Stipe in the first place is because of the bombs that Francis hit on him.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, and I think he
Stipe's-
comes
and then
with
you
a
give
really
Stipe-
good.
you give
Stipe's
Stipe a year.
Stipe's face was way
wins.
worse. Like his face was messed up after the Francis fight. So he definitely, even though he didn't get hit a lot, he was getting messed up with the shots that were landing. But I just think I think he got hit with a perfect shot versus DC with that uppercut. It was just beautiful. I mean, he did get eye poked first, but
Oh, you're talking about
What's he
the DC Stipe one? You think that it was lucky?
I wouldn't say it was lucky. But I mean, he did get eye poked first.
True.
It's hard for me to like
That's a true trilogy,
when
though.
somebody fouls somebody and then wins. It's just
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of
Every
that
John
aspect.
Jones fight.
Well, and that's another division now that like you don't know what's gonna happen. Stipe's dealing with the
Yeah.
pandemic right now, and
I think Stipe fights one more time and retires.
One more?
the same.
Yeah,
Well, him and
that's my
DC,
opinion.
they just want one more.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, he doesn't really have anything else to accomplish.
Mm-mm. I mean, he got his belt. He got his win back, and if he could beat DC again, that would just be the cherry.
Ben Rothwell won't go away. Neither is JDS, I guess. Kind of.
Well, Francis right now is the clear-cut future
I don't know,
champ.
but you know who beat Francis?
He's the
Black-
vice champion. No,
Black Beast up in this hole.
What are y'all talking about?
Hey, fuck y'all talking about H-Town up in this hole.
Literally, I just want to see
Yeah,
him fight Schlumps just so he can grab the mic. And then Greg
Dude,
Hardy's
yes,
on the rise.
Cole.
As much as I'm not a fan
Dude,
of
he has
him,
like a
Greg
6-minute
Hardy,
video of like
He's-
everything he's ever done.
Greg Hardy is getting better, regardless how whatever he is as a person, as a fighter. He is
or was,
clearly
maybe he was.
he's
I don't know
getting
if
better.
now.
The guy that fought him was destroying him and then hurt his leg and then lost.
Yeah, I mean, you get your leg, and that's what that again. Back to the other thing, you get your shit checked enough, you know. Like
He's dominating.
Well, and it also helps when you got DC kind of giving you some instructions.
telling you, yeah. That was hilarious.
Which though, it goes to show though, when maybe if he doesn't have the right corner, giving him the right advice, what's going to happen, especially when the crowd comes back. Because if he wouldn't have heard that, he wouldn't have been checking those.
Right, 100%.
So, and that's another aspect of like with everything that's happening,
no fans.
How people have adapted. Just engaged. Mentioned in the podcast on JRE that I think that the crowd, had he heard the crowd, he might have been a little bit more amped up.
Yeah, he might have like gassed himself up to try to go crazier.
Finish Tony and not really maybe get too emotional. And
he would have got
masterful performance.
He would have gotten tired and then get dark. That's what would have happened. The crowd would flip with energy.
Tony, that's what I wanted to ask you. Who do you got between Gaethje, Khabib?
Me or everybody else?
No, Tony, because we talked about
it. Obviously, you have to go Khabib. The thing with Khabib is he doesn't really have any bad matchups, like stylistically, because he's willing to throw anything because he's not worried about getting taken down. I think he'll beat Gaethje. The only person I think would ever really challenge Khabib would have been Ferguson, and that's only because if he would have taken Ferguson down, I would have liked to see how he dealt with the jiu-jitsu from Ferguson on bottom, or even if he sprawled it on the shot.
I just have a weird feeling that Khabib's top game's too good, even for Ferguson.
That's what somebody else was telling me as well.
I'm a big Khabib homer, so I think he beats both of them. But
I want him to lose.
I think the two guys that can beat him, I think Gaethje is one of them. I think he showed
I could see that
with his just timing his shots and being able to stay kind of composed, and Trevor Whitman containing that better has helped him kind of develop. I think he's still going to get murked on the ground by Khabib. I think Khabib is going to get him down.
He's still strong though, and Khabib's not going to fight someone who hits harder than Gaethje.
Yeah, Gaethje's obviously right. I would say he's the hardest hitting lightweight for sure right now.
And he has the wrestling to back it up. And she just
never. So they say. Everybody always talks about they have this wrestling, and you got Tyron Woodley. He's a D1 All-American. I can wrestle.
Jordan Burroughs swears by Gaethje.
I know, but like, when's the last time you seen it though?
True.
Dude, like, when he had this goes back to an old fighter, Josh Barnett. He was like, dude, Josh Barnett's like one of the best catch wrestlers in history. But whenever he fights, he wants to knock the guy out. Like that's the goal of a fight, is to knock the guy out. Right. You can tap him out. Oh, I tap. That's it. But dude, when you knock a guy out, like you got him. Like
no, it's like how they talk about how wrestlers fall in love with their hands. Like, yeah, you wrestled your whole life, but then you start knocking people out. You're like, man, fuck that. I don't want to wrestle.
I want to knock people out. Wrestling is grueling. You don't want to wrestle. Wrestling sucks.
I want to score. I want to score somebody.
Just knock them out real quick.
Yeah.
I will say that the shots that Tony Ferguson took, Khabib can't, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. Only Tony Ferguson's the only dude that takes the shots that Justin was hitting him with.
True.
He was hitting him 100%, and he was just like, I'm still here.
And I think that if Khabib can't take down Ferguson, or if Khabib can't take down Gaethje, especially in the later rounds, it's going to be same exact fight. He's just going to get.
I agree with that.
Well, Gaethje's going to try to keep him in the center of the ring. I just don't think. I think Khabib's going to push him to the fence. I think everybody knows that
arm 2-on-1
to the fence, and they have absolutely nothing to stop it.
Khabib's the kind of guy to do a flying double knee into a single leg. Like,
right? And Gaethje will hit him with that rolling thunder real quick.
Right?
But have to.
Let's play devil's advocate. What about Khabib on the defensive, on his back? We've never seen him on his back, right? Never seen him play jiu-jitsu.
On his back over Gaethje, he'd be all right. On his back over Ferguson, I don't know.
Get Darst and half guard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too.
That's my problem though. Like we've never seen Khabib versus somebody else that has like any version of equal grappling to him.
I mean, the closest was Gleison Tebow.
Was Gleison, and people argued that Gleison won that fight.
He's juiced.
I mean, yeah, but he's still juiced. Like
I would have loved to have seen Kevin Lee against Khabib.
Who? Why? Ew.
Wrestling.
No, I wanted to see Gillespie versus Khabib.
Yeah, Kevin Lee took that.
That's what I wanted, and then he got fucking head kicked to sleep.
That was knockouts. craziest knockouts.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think, if let's say Khabib does beat Gaethje, who's left for him if, let's say, Conor really is retired? Does he try to fight Ferguson to clinch that legacy, to say he's beat the best?
If Ferguson can fight one more time before all that's done, yeah, he would fight Ferguson.
I think the only way we get Ferguson Khabib is if Gaethje sleeps him, and we get a watered down version of the fight.
No. We would get Ferguson Khabib if Ferguson can win one more fight and Khabib beats Gaethje.
I feel bad.
They would still book it. They would still book it for sure.
Who do you think Ferguson fights then?
Not Conor.
Not Conor.
Let's say
Conor only wants to fight. Conor only wants to fight Gaethje, Khabib, maybe Masvidal. I don't think he wants this one.
I think you should fight Charles Oliveira. That'd be a hell of a fight.
I was just about to say that.
I would love to see that.
Charles Oliveira is a savage now, bro.
I think about Oliveira. I think of Max Holloway hurting him with his broken rib, and then I think of Pablo standing over him like this.
I think of him always getting rocked in like almost like all of his fights. Every time I think of Charles,
I remember him being rocked by Swanson. Just
yeah, he just kind of like fell off. Yeah,
he's just
Conor wants an equal partner of his caliber.
Right.
He's gonna want somebody.
I mean, I still don't understand how it didn't become Masvidal and McGregor. Like I thought that was a shoe.
The money just doesn't seem to be right. I think
you guys are selfish.
I think Josh Thompson was saying they make like something like 12 or 15%.
The division has to move.
And so some of them are trying to negotiate to bump up that percentage to obviously make more money. But I mean, Chael Sonnen said it, I think, on his podcast that fighters sometimes will make a certain purse and then make less than that on their next fight, even though they won their last fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know the intricacies of why that's the case, but that seems to be the business of it.
No, but like you have these other guys who are at the top and they make so much money, and I have the salaries pulled up for $250, and you got Alonzo Menifield out here making $14,000, and Charles Bird made $12,000. But y'all want to fight to get your
Oliveira made $12,000?
No, Charles Bird. He fought Maki Pitolo on $250. He only made $12,000.
12 to show, 12 to win.
I assume it just has just 12, but obviously it's probably 12 to show, 12 to win.
Going back to it, Alonzo Menifield, that guy on paper was 11-0, 11 knockouts, right?
That's what I'm saying. $14,000.
I picked the other guy because, I don't know, I figured experience would be a factor.
I had Devin Clark because I think he trains with John Jones. That was like his whole pitch in the beginning when he got in here.
John Jones is number one training partner.
Yeah, number one training partner.
Okay, Chris Tucker. Hey, Brock Lesnar's training partner, Chris Tucker.
I'm ready, guys.
Bro, my dude looks like melted ice cream.
Same thing with Artem Lobov. That's like Connor's punching bag.
What's up with his arms? I don't get it.
I hope BKFC comes back. I actually like bare knuckle.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
I don't see that being boring at all.
Once I saw Chris Lieben was fighting, oh, that makes sense. That's perfect for Chris Lieben. Let that man make some money still.
Freaking Julian Lane. Let me bang, bro. Heck, the Lombard's there because he can juice. They probably don't test.
Well,
Vandal is over there now too, right?
Wanderlei?
Gonzaga.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were trying to get Mike Tyson too, because they knew he was coming out of retirement.
He's supposed to fight. What's his name? Shannon Briggs. I don't know anything about Shannon Briggs.
I don't either. I just know he looks like he's on steroids.
Paul, he was a champ. He was a former heavyweight champ. He was the last thing he did recently was training Logan Paul for his fight versus that dude KSI.
I can't stand the Pauls.
I hate to have their hair.
I hate that they're using. Yeah, you have his hair. I hate that they're using their YouTube fame and their Vine fame to sell pay-per-views, and they're making money off of it. There's a little bit of jealousy. It's all
got to capitalize.
They sold a lot of tickets at Staples too.
Yeah,
they're YouTubers. They're not fighting anyone legit.
No,
yeah,
of course, yeah.
But yeah, I think like people want to like celebrity death match. The YouTubers fighting it out, baby.
No overhands, jabs, and hooks only.
Dude, David Dobrik's gonna whoop your ass.
My channel and my subscribers. Tune in.
Dude, right? Low gang.
Shit.
Can't stand them.
I mean,
whatever.
It is what it is. Hopefully Dylan Dennis can get his hands on one of them. Dennis is the GOAT. That's the reason I call her.
Oh my God, Dylan Dennis over here talking about heat sleep Masvidal. Like, chill out.
And Woodley.
Slow down. Let's slow down.
They'll kill him
He's a beast. Don't get me wrong, but let's slow
on
down.
the ground, but they'll kill him
Let's
for
slow
sure.
down.
We covered a lot of topics, boys. We did
We
good.
did. We did a lot of different
Really
things.
good.
We did. I think the next fight night, as of now, the
Every
only
week, right?
fight I know is that it's Jessica I Cavillo. I think it's the main event.
When's the next fight card? When's the actual next fight
Pay
card?
per view.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Because
I would assume soon because they're trying
51.
to.
It's on Fight Island, isn't it?
Fights out. Yes.
Fight Island's like fucking Mortal Kombat, dude.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Literally, your soul is mine.
Okay, really quick. Here's the main card for next
That's like
week.
still one of the best songs ever made, by the way.
Right? If you don't get hyped for that, you're not human.
No disrespect
Test
to Jessica
your
I
might.
or Cynthia Calvillo. I just don't think they're main event material. But
Obviously, but everybody thinks that.
Fight night.
That's everybody. Yeah.
that's the
And-
main event. Who do you guys got there? I got Cynthia.
Jessica.
Jessica I is the only one I really know about. I know Cabillo. I saw a little bit like on the pay-per-view. They showed a little bit of that card or like hyping it up. And I think they're trying to set up, I guess, Cabillo to maybe, if she can rise up in ranks at 135, to maybe threat Amanda Nunes because they just need somebody. Like, hey,
Sure.
you, do you want to get beat up by Amanda? Or you got to win a couple fights.
She's gonna lose to Jessica.
Dude, I think Felicia Spencer was unranked, if I'm not wrong.
It's 145.
She did not.
There's only two 145ers outside of Amanda
Yeah, dude,
Nunes.
they're literally
So,
doing this to pick contenders.
It's Megan Anderson. It's Megan Anderson and
Any of you 135ers?
You're gonna fight Nunes, and you're gonna fight Nunes.
no, but it's the same thing they did to Cyborg when Cyborg came over. Like, here's anyone, just take them, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, yeah, chew toy. Just take
Yeah.
her. Take her.
sacrifices. It's all everybody. They're all sacrifices to Amanda
The
Nunes.
women's bantamweight to not cut an extra 10 pounds and to have close steps to an immediate title shot.
Dude, honestly, Cyborg should have just went all the way through with being the scariest bitch ever, bro. Literally, clip her ears, shave her head, tat her up. Dude, she'd be so scary, bro.
It was like Baraka.
Want her to be her ex.
Dude, yeah, want to be Cyborg Evangelina Santos, bro?
Yeah.
Fierce nipples that come through her.
Listen.
Dude, she's scary as fuck. Dude, have you ever watched that video of like the reporter saying like, "Hey, how fast do you think you could choke me out?" And literally puts him in a rear naked within 3 seconds. And he didn't even realize that he was like interviewing someone, and she goes behind him just like, "Okay, he's out." Like literally.
I gotta see that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the guy's like, "Wait, stop."
Quickness. Wait, and Cyborg signed to Bellator, right?
She beat Julia Budd to win the title over there.
Oh wow.
That was quick.
Yeah, I missed that. I gotta watch that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dominant. It was like a
major
normal. It
division
was like a
champions.
normal Cyborg fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else really to contend over there? Or is it kind of the same thing as UFC?
Same thing as UFC.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gabby Garcia just got to chop off a leg and fight.
She wouldn't fight
Gabby
Gabby anyway though, because they're
Garcia.
friends.
True.
Heard.
Dude, they should just let Gabby Garcia fight the dudes.
They look like the same. They look
Just-
No, they
Dude,
would.
because-
They would. No. Gabby Garcia, she's only good because she's a giant. That's it.
I think
Dude, she's fighting like 55-year-old Japanese like
Yeah.
actors.
Even the young,
Like-
even the young people she fought, like she's a giant. You can't.
Hear me out. Let's bring Fallon Fox out of retirement and have her fight Cyborg.
I thought you were gonna go with Gabby Garcia.
No. Keep it in the weight class. Fallon
Yeah.
Fox like to beat women. So
Dude,
we'll give her the out.
Dakota Cochran is fucking running BKB, dude.
Is he really?
Dakota fucking Cochran.
I don't know anything about him. Can you enlighten us?
Dakota Cochran's the first confirmed gay MMA fighter.
Isn't he the
All
pro?
right.
I didn't know
He
that.
actually like, bro, yeah, and he like, you know, obviously that stigma followed him throughout his career, but like, dude, he's in BKB straight smirking people. I think he fought Jason Knight.
He didn't know why he beat him, did he?
And he
I think he
sleeped
beat
him?
Jason Knight.
I can't remember.
I don't think he slept him. I don't think he slept him.
Okay.
Jason Knight's on fire.
Dude, and Jason Knight is also like thug nasty, bro.
Jim Allard is on fire. That guy's a UFC vet too. Black belt in jiu-jitsu.
No, who's the guy who came back to UFC? Chase Sherman. He was doing good over there too. Last time I remember it. And then he came over here and scorched that random.
He did really well, right?
Sorry?
He went out?
Didn't he have just like a comeback fight recently? Am I wrong?
Yeah. But he fought like a random, like, who knows where that guy was from. No.
Just came off the street.
Yeah, he's like straight up. Like, I know, like, they were praising him and talking about how good he looked. I was like, who the fuck is he fighting? Like, who the hell is that guy?
Straight up, bro.
Damn. Well, hopefully, I guess we'll see what's up with Fight Island. See kind of the fights that they put on for us for the next few pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Hopefully, these UFC figures out what's up with these fighters that want to leave, because it seems right now they're kind of the blockbuster guys at this point. You know, I mean, Usman.
Yeah, but they'll turn other people into blockbuster guys. Not that it'll be easy, but they'll figure it out.
Man. But do you think?
Well, just every time they try to like get someone going, they lose.
Yeah, but that's what the people that they try to push, specifically themselves. You have to have somebody that has steam on their own that they get behind. It can't be somebody that they have decided that's going to be good, like Paige was saying.
Yeah, like McGregor had the whole country of Ireland behind him before the UFC.
He had his own shit, and then they got on it.
Well, we'll see, boys. It's a good time to be a fight fan right now, honestly, especially since
I'm happy fights are back.
Whew. I mean, right now it's kind of seems like they set up the formula for maybe every other sport association, essentially the NFL, the NBA.
Go to Florida.
Maybe the starting package of like, hey, this is how we're gonna run our organization to make sure we keep people safe and clean. Yeah. I still think, bro, what's up with the Nevada Commission? I'm sorry, I'm going to extend this another 30 minutes. What's up with the Nevada State Commission not letting Joe Rogan interview these guys in the ring? How is it possible? Everybody's clean. Everybody's been tested. Everybody's negative.
That was awkward as fuck. How does Aljamain Sterling have such a performance? He doesn't get to talk to Joe Rogan.
He did.
But the last card, they didn't interview anybody in the cage either, though.
No, it was only the first card. It was only the first. So I'm wondering, like, I know they made it a point, and Joe Rogan kind of just boycotted it, it seemed like, in the first. Because Daniel Cormier shouted him out. I was like, oh, he threw a hissy fit, and they listened to him. But it's like, why? Like, what's the point? Like, what?
I think it's just added safety. It's already tough enough as it is, trying to keep all them people safe. It's just at least one step they can take.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not helpful.
I get it. I know that's the exact reason why they're doing it. I get it. And it's like, man, you're going through all this testing. Why not just give them some sort of human interaction besides the fight that they just had?
But I like the camera,
the interview.
because like anything is better than nothing, I guess. But
this is true.
You do miss it. But at the same time, I'm okay with the camera interviews because like it's not like we have fans while they were fighting, so it's not like this is like normal circumstances anyway. So
that's true.
I'm cool with it.
Give us Joe Rogan. Give us Laura Senko. That's all I ask.
Love Laura Senko.
She's talented.
Oh yeah. Well, boys, I think we covered everything. Another Sunday done. Tony, Eric, always a pleasure, man. Always welcome. You already know.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, man. Mikey.
That's my guy.
Mikey.
I just want to make a quick announcement. Congratulate Eric Shetman down here on making his affiliate. That's practically a job. So you got a new job today. It's freaking awesome. He did it in less than a week.
It's the affiliate.
Really impossible. Leading the way for Too Easy Gaming down here.
Hey, that's how we do it, baby.
I'm going to talk to Josh. Josh plays a ton of video games too. He's actually played, Tony, he's played a few rounds of multiplayer with us on Call of Duty before. So.
Oh, you need to let me carry you.
Bro, please.
Oh, dude, is this the technique?
Yeah.
Is this the technique gaming? Why? Why did no one tell me? I would have been googly-eyed over here, bro.
I thought Mikey had already told me.
I'm a big fan.
Yes.
All right.
And one last thing, BLM, we're going through some hard times in the country. Got to stay united and love people even more than we already are.
100%.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Bro. That's it. Thanks for having us.
Boys, all you lifers out there, thanks for tuning in. catch y'all next Monday. Peace.